Hi everybody and welcome to this episode of Beth's Best. Today we are back at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa to check out a deluxe studio. Let's do this.
Your home for Disney room tours, guides, and reviews. Hit subscribe and the bell.
All right, we are at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa in a deluxe studio with a standard location. If you've seen my other Saratoga Springs videos, if not, I'll link them above and below for you to check out later, then you'll already know that Saratoga has two categories of rooms here. They have standard location and preferred location. The room itself is going to be exactly the same. It's just the location of the room that will differ depending on which class you book, right? So the standard locations are a bit farther out, and the preferred locations are closer to the carriage house and closer to the walkway over to Disney Springs, which we will talk about later when we talk about the overall resort. Now, I also want to let you know that we are in the Grandstand sections. This is room 8601. This is the entryway behind me here at Saratoga. There are all exterior corridors. So this is the room outside. If we were in a lock-off with a one-bedroom, this would be the room here as well. If you want to check out a one-bedroom here at Saratoga, I'll link that above and below for you as well. Check out later. We've seen a lot of the touches in this room in the bigger rooms as well. So I love the fact that when you come in, you've got a mirror here to check yourself before you leave in the morning to head to the parks. And I also love that we've got the same wall hook here that we saw in the one bedroom unit as well. So it's a perfect spot for, you know, a light jacket or your poncho or whatever you might need while you're here to just grab it and go on your way out the door. And if you're not using the lock off and you have a stroller with you, this is a great spot to put a stroller, nice here, tucked out of the way. So let's move on to the next section of the room. So we've walked straight into the bathroom area. The kitchenette is right across the hall. Like all of the studios, really, there is a split bathroom arrangement here. I shouldn't say all, because the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian, of course, are special and unique. I have links to those below if you want to check them out. But like most of these studios, I should say, we have a toilet and a shower area here. I love the fact that this is a little bit bigger. So some of the deluxe studios, the area where the toilet and the shower are like super tight. I'm looking at you, Animal Kingdom Jumbo. This is nice and spacious. You have a little bit of room to get ready in the morning, to change, things like that. I do love that we have the same kind of tile motif in all of the newly refurbed Saratoga rooms. And they've also given you two shower heads. So you've got like a rainfall shower head and also kind of the traditional wand shower head as well, which is great. Lots of options for people. Also tons of storage in this room. If you are a subscriber, you know how I am about storage, and I love the fact that there are so many hooks in this bathroom. There are 3 sets of hooks, which is like unheard of, because the one bedroom, here at Saratoga had 1 hook, which if you saw that video, you know what I'm talking about. So there's 2 hooks here on the back of this door, and then there's also one on the wall right outside the shower. So it's like crazy in terms of hooks in this bathroom. And then you've got this exterior area where you've got just your sink. I wish that they were able to put in double sinks, but they just didn't. So this is still nice, and then it gives you a lot of counter space because there isn't a lot of storage here. These are really small drawers, and that's basically it for storage in this section of the bathroom. So at least you do have a lot of counter space to kind of spread out and put things. Continuing with the storage theme, along with, you know, Boardwalk and Beach Club and all of these resorts that were built around the same period in time, we have a nice big closet here. So you've got tons of hanging space in this room. You've got your safe in here, you've got your vacuum if you're gonna be vacuuming while you're here, right? Your pack and play is gonna be in there, all that kind of stuff. Extra pillows are gonna be here in this closet. What I love about it is they did give you some under the bed storage area, which we'll see a little bit later. But if you have bigger cases, sometimes it doesn't always work. So you can just roll your suitcases right here into the closet, which is just perfect because then once you unpack, they're out of the way. All right, let's check out the kitchen area next. Welcome to the kitchenette area of the studio here. So same thing we see in all the other studios, right? We've got our standard microwave, our coffee pot, full-size coffee pot, which I love. We've got our standard toaster. They do give you a little bits and bobs. You've got, you know, disposable plates and utensils and things like that. One of the things I do like in these refurbished rooms is that you've got a nice big fridge here. You know, it's not one of those little dinky hotel fridges that you can't fit anything in. This is big enough that you could fit leftovers, or if you had a grocery delivery, things like that, for, you know, making breakfast or something in the room, you've got plenty of room for that here. So perfect for light meals, snacking, things like that, especially if you've got kiddos. These kitchenettes are amazing, way better in my personal opinion than a standard hotel room would be a lot of the time, but it really depends on your party and how you like to vacation. Okay, so let's move on to the main living area of the room. All right, welcome to the main area of your studio. So like all the studios, we have a nice queen size bed here, which is perfect. I love the fact that you've got 2 nightstands and they've actually got a little bit of storage in them. Like, hallelujah, right? That's something we see everywhere. I love the color palette in these rooms. Everything is like creams and light colors. Love this headboard. They have added a little bit of touch here, of course, because Saratoga Springs is all about Saratoga, New York, and horse racing. So you've got all those little equestrian details throughout the room here. So I love that. Love the nightstands. But what I really love is this drop-down Murphy bed, which we've seen rolling out in a lot of the studios these days, thank goodness, because they're so much better than those couches. What I love is that you can just drop them down, right? Sleep on it, put it right back up. You don't need to deal with breaking your back trying to pull that pull-out couch out, or breaking your back trying to sleep on the pull-out couch, if you know what I'm talking about. So I absolutely love these. The motif inside the drop-down is slightly different from the studio versus the larger rooms, which I really appreciate. And across the way from the bed, we've got a nice little drop area, a little stool with some storage, perfect spot for putting on your sneakers and things like that before you head out the door. You've got a mirror, which I really love, because really, can you have too many mirrors when you have multiple people trying to get ready? This room does sleep up to 4 guests, so of course the more space you can get people to spread out and get ready, the better in the morning. And we don't have a drop-down Murphy bed under the TV here, so that's a con if you were looking for a studio that sleeps up to 5. But it's a pro if you don't have 5 people and you're looking for storage, because that means that we do still have drawers underneath the TV. We've got 6 nice sized drawers, so perfect for storage. So of course, above those beautiful drawers, you've got your standard DVC 55-inch TV, which is, you know, totally adequate for a room this size. One of the things I really love about these studios here at Saratoga is that they have full width balconies. Some of the rooms have kind of dinky balconies at some of the resorts, right? Versus here, you have a nice wide balcony, which let's go show you that now. Can you hear the boats tooting? I'm hoping that the camera is picking it up, because here at Saratoga, where we are in the Grandstand section, we're in 8601, we can actually see a peekaboo view of the waterway that connects Disney Springs with Saratoga and Old Key West and the Port Orleans resorts. If you want to check out Old Key West, I will drop a link to that above and below, because they are kind of similar resorts. and they're right next to each other, right? So it's a good comparison. But we can just kind of see the boats going by. We have a beautiful view of the golf course here. So relaxing, just kind of having your coffee in the morning and watching the grounds crew kind of make it all look perfect when, in our opinion, it looked perfect before, but they want to make sure it looks extra perfect. So super relaxing. Here at Saratoga, there is no view category, so you could be looking at one of the pools, which are beautiful here. You could be looking at the golf course like we are. You could be looking at the parking lot. Okay, maybe not so beautiful, but maybe you're in a good location close to amenities, so that's something to think about too. It just kind of is what it is. This is one of those resorts, kind of like Beach Club, where you don't get to pick your view. But I still really enjoy it. Super relaxing. Let's talk about Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. This is a large, and by large I mean 65-acre resort here located in the Disney Springs area. It is inspired by Saratoga, New York. If you're not familiar with it, that is an area famous for horse racing, and of course the hotel does carry that theme. Now, if you are somebody who wants to spend time at Disney Springs, this is probably going to be a really good choice for you, because there's a walking path right over by the Congress Park section of the resort that brings you directly over to the marketplace side of Disney Springs. Or if you don't want to walk, you can take a boat over, because there are boats that leave from the carriage house, or that's what they call the main building here. And if you want to put into context how big 65 acres is, there's a walking path or a jogging path that brings you around all of the sections, and it is 1.8 miles. So it is a large resort, and it is broken into different areas that they talked about earlier in the video when it came to the location categories. Okay. Now we're going to talk about amenities. Now, Saratoga is a resort and spa. Spa being the part I want to mention, right? So this is one of only 2 locations with a full spa, this and the Grand Floridian. It's a Senses spa, so you can, if you have time, get a facial, enjoy yourself. You are on vacation. Speaking of enjoying yourself, if you're somebody who likes to golf, the Lake Buena Vista Golf Course is also located here. So really great spot. Those are amenities that you want to enjoy. There's also a fitness center here, of course, and there are a bunch of pools. Oh my goodness, how can I not talk about the pools? Because there are 4. There is a main feature pool up at the carriage house, and then there are 3 quieter pools around the resort as well. Almost at all of the sections, all but one of the sections, has its own quiet pool, which is great. And of course, we have to talk about dining. Yes, you are located next to Disney Springs, and there are plenty of places to eat and drink over there. But if you want to stay here at Saratoga, there are some good options for you as well. There's the Artist Palette, which is a quick service location. It's also where their mercantile store is. And then you also have the Turf Club, which is located again in the main building, but that's more of a traditional table service. If you're familiar with the old Disney dining plan, it would have been considered a 1-credit table service meal. Now, Turf Club didn't used to get a lot of love, I'll be honest with you, but it has had a refresh, and since it's reopened, it's been getting a lot of really positive press. And again, the rooms here at Saratoga just went under a refresh of their own. So Saratoga is looking all shiny and new, and it's had a bit of a glow up, which I really, really appreciate. And I actually really enjoy the rooms here at Saratoga. Now, have you stayed here at Saratoga? If you have, I want to know, what did you think? Do you love it here? I know so many people who do. This is their favorite resort. And I know a bunch of people who've never stayed here before. So let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you have any questions on anything that you saw. Happy to answer it for you. Here at Beth's Best, we specialize in DVC or Disney Vacation Club room tours and guides. I also sprinkle in deluxe resort stays because that's just how I am. So if that's content that's interesting to you, definitely be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know if you have any comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.